Clinton's campaign continues to whine about how Hillary was treated unfairly at the Democratic debate last week because she's a woman. In case you missed the debate, and I can't imagine why you would have, allow me to review. This was the senator's response to a question about releasing her White House records.
Now, all of the records, as far as I know, about what we did with health care, those are already available. Others are becoming available, and I think that the archives will continue to move as rapidly as its circumstances and processes demand.
This is an example of not turning the page. We have just gone through one of the most secretive administrations in our history, and not releasing, I think, these records. At the same time, Hillary, as you're making the claim that this is the basis for your experience, I think is a problem.
I gotta tell you, that whole minority thing might work for Clinton. I'm a woman, but not against Barack Obama. She was very crafty in her personal reaction to the debate, saying, quote, "I don't think they're picking on me because I'm a woman. I think they're picking on me because I'm winning." Well, Hillary, let me try to choke the vomit back as I say this. I agree with you. If you're trying to project a strong presidential image, you're going to have to expect that you're going to be whacked by your opponents, especially when you lead your closest rival by 20 points in the national polls. But alas, she didn't leave it at that. She continued, quote, "If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And I'm very comfortable in the kitchen." Good gracious. What Clintonian doublespeak is that? Joining me now is Democratic strategist Peter Fenn and Cooper Lawrence, who is developmental psychology researcher. Cooper, let me start with you. The comment from Senator Clinton, "and I'm very comfortable in the kitchen." What is that even about?
A lot of women use the emotional currency. That's their currency, emotion, and sticking to feminist ideals. So that's not in place here. We're talking about somebody who's a political candidate who's trying to separate herself from the typical ideals that women hold, and that doesn't do it. That puts her right back in the realm of somebody who can be attacked for what she's saying.
Right. First of all, I don't believe for a second that she's comfortable in a kitchen. Second of all, Peter, if I were debating her and I said, "Hey, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen," but I assume that you're very comfortable in a kitchen, she would have nailed me. Look, you can't have it both ways.
Glenn, the funny thing about that, of course, was it got a heck of a laugh line when she said it. And everybody remembers in 1992 when she said that she wasn't Tammy Wynette, stand by your man, staying at home baking cookies.
Yeah.
So she got whacked for baking cookies. But I tell you, I think you're absolutely right on one point, and that is we're into the Margaret Thatcherization of politics here. I mean, being strong and tough, is very important. She is leading all candidates on experience, on competence, in a sense, on toughness. Now we'll see how tough she is. She's got 2 months of being attacked.
Look, here's the deal. So. They were coming out and saying that her camp said that Tim Russert was being so unfair and asking tough questions. Good gosh, if you can't handle Tim Russert, how are you going to handle Hezbollah?
Well, yeah, that's true. But, Tim, and look, he's going to ask the question on Social Security. You know that. He always asks it. He was tough. The whole point was that, it is true. Barack Obama got a question about what he was going to wear for Halloween. And, of course, we got the UFO question for Mr. Kucinich.
I would have rather answered anything about the National Archives than have you seen a UFO.
But I think she's going to be the piñata out there in the next 2 months, and that was expected. Right. She's going to have to take it.
Let me ask you this, Cooper. I have very little sympathy for Hillary Clinton. All my sympathy stopped.
Really, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I know. All my sympathy stopped the day that she continued with the vast right-wing conspiracy bullcrap. You can be victimized by somebody once, but when you're repeatedly victimized, she's in control of the situation. She knows. I don't for a second think that somebody victimizes Hillary Clinton. She knows exactly what the score is, and it calculates it every step of the way. Am I wrong?
It's very clever. No, it's very clever, because the minute you say, "I'm the victim," what are you doing? You're setting up the other people to be bullies, and you immediately get sympathy. But the idea is we don't want somebody who is going to take the victim role. We want somebody who's not going to succumb to that. Somebody who's going to look at the idea of a victim role as something they would never want to embody. So that's not an image that I think any woman would want to make make part of her, let alone a campaign,
Why-
make part of her identity.
Peter, why do you think that she's even going down this road? I mean, if Barack Obama said, "Hey, they're picking on me because I'm black," he wouldn't win because we would have to have we'd have to have a president that was strong enough to say, "I don't care what you throw at me."
Well, here's the thing. There's a fine line. If she tries to be, as Cooper says, if she tries to say, I'm a victim, poor me, woe me, she's in deep trouble. I don't think she's doing that. That's not a smart strategy. What she's saying, look, did I get ganged up on that debate? Absolutely. Was I the focus of the debate? Absolutely. Why was I the focus? I'm the focus because they know that they're going to take me down to win. So, I'll fight them. I'll go toe-to-toe with them. And that's the right approach. Not to say, woe me. And look, if she gets folks who are mad at the other candidates for coming hard at her, so be it. Yeah. But that's not the kind of strategy she should use.
I'd like the candidates to be hard, fair,
right,
but hard with each other. I mean,
exactly.
Stop asking. Let's stop
Look,
pussyfooting around, man.
Like the most of those guys are going to get it. I mean, look, holier than thou, John Edwards is going to get hit hard for being in with the trial lawyers. Yeah. He's going to get hit hard for being making his money on hedge funds when he bashes hedge funds as he did on Sunday. I mean, he's not going to escape this stuff.
It's a comedy show. Guys, we're out of time, but thank you very much.